Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, we in here. Let's get this panel going. I'm gonna wait for my guests to join. I just ended my live. I was gonna upload it, but I changed my mind. Let me look. Let me look and see if I'm on the right. See if it's live on here. Let me see. Okay, it's working on here. Yeah, go ahead and join the panel, Truth, if you see that it's up, because I think it is working. Try to get you on. But yeah, did y'all enjoy the last live? I know it was a little long live. This one I'm not gonna be too long on this one. You know, I had to make a whole new account. I got a new phone though, so I had to make a whole new account. This we're not really gonna have any topics. We're really gonna just like freestyle, go off the top. Whatever comes to mind comes to mind. Just like how I do majority of my videos. We're gonna tag Truth in here. Give me 1 second. What's up, Truth?
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Hey. Yeah, I can hear you.
What's good? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just eating. Am I crunching too loud? Can you hear it? Cause I
Nah,
hate
you
when
good.
people
You good.
people be talking and eating. Not cute.
Yeah, I tried to eat while I'm on these lives. I try to I'll drink as much water as I can, but to each his own.
Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated. So yeah. What you wanted to just carry over what you were saying before about like us being like American Indian, so-called the so-called black people being
Right.
like indigenous, because like I was looking up aboriginal. I feel like that's a better term for us instead of like Indian, because sometimes people automatically think Indian, like the characters that they created for you know the United States to infiltrate our identity. That's what they think about first, or they think about the dot Indians, the Punjabi, those type of Indians. But I feel like maybe us using aboriginal, that's more to what we really are, because when you think about Australia, like how the Aborigine Australia people, um, they face the similar, theirs is a little bit more recent, but they face the similar kind of trajectory. Their people lost their land, and they pretty much put them into these ghetto reservations and stuff like that, and they're living, similar lives that we are living here. So I think we should call ourselves Aboriginal. We're pre-people, prehistory people.
Right.
We're we're the natives. We're more natural. So of course we're gonna be more natural than these new races of people because they just kind of got here. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. It's been a 6,000 year period.
Right.
Uh, but I always try to say this, because my wife's Caucasian, but I be telling her too, like she knows who she is. But it's not the fact that it's not your fault why y'all here. You have to blame this is through human graphic. This is through eugenics. This is unnatural. But they can't help it. They hear it's just if they in continuance and trying to pursue the matrix and doctrine and continuance of this so-called whitewashing of everything, then they can become a part of the oppression. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
But other than that, yeah, you're right about the whole Aboriginal. Yeah, we was the first ones here. But I feel like we've been, they said the first should be last and the last should be first because we the originals. We've been
Yeah.
here. You can't put a timestamp on how long we've been here because you can find neuromelanin. You can find the melanin that we have inside of our genetic makeup out in the cosmos. You can't find like the Adamic man has melanin, but it lacks melanin. You know what I'm saying? But I feel what you
Right.
saying.
Cause like I was like I've been kind of thinking about, like, anytime I have like a new idea or something like that, something I want to talk about like on a panel, I've been writing it down because I'll usually lose it. But I was just looking into the different cliffs and mounds and things like that that exist throughout the United States, because like we live closer to the Midwest,
Right.
and there's a mound called Cahokia Mounds. It's in Illinois, but it's also close to East St. Louis. And those that's one of like the most extensive mounds that kind of exist that they have told us about, right? Um, it's something about that kind of triggered, like, because I've always known about those mounds, and I actually went to that mound, because I went to school for anthropology and archaeology and stuff like that. So I would always be hanging out with my anthro buddies, and they would be doing digs and things like that around the Midwest and different areas, and they would invite me. So I went one time, and it's really huge. It's a huge structure, and I feel like now what they're starting to say is that these mounds are like they were used for religious or garbage or things like that, kind of something that like they don't want us to look more into.
Right.
I believe that those structures, those mounds, might have been like open doors into like deeper cities that we may have lived in, because something about
Do you believe they were pyramids at one point in time? Also, that could be like that. You know.
yes, I do believe that they may have been like pyramid like structures that was made from the earth, as opposed to like the masonry brick that kind of came later.
That's what you're saying.
Because a lot of the structures here in the US that still exist only exist because they were built into the earth.
Right.
Like that's why they won't let us like go into like certain parts of like what the oh my god, Grand Canyon. When I went to the Grand Canyon, like you can only go to like certain parts of it. And then I feel like there's probably on other areas that we can't see. It's probably mountain carved structures or things like that they really don't want us to see, that there were people before here, and the people before here were able to ingeniously use the natural structure that may have pre-existed to live in. And
Right. Yeah.
then they
Right. You right. We built all that stuff, and that's because they can't, the pyramids and the hieroglyphics to this day, they cannot facilitate, they cannot build themselves because they don't have, that's all cosmic knowledge that we had universal knowledge to build these pyramids. All that shit came from within. This is why they can't do what we did. They can't replicate what we did, you know. And like you said, that's why they try to keep us out of the Grand Canyon, because they're trying to stop us from finding out that we indigenous to this land. Because I can guarantee you, because this is ancient Kemet right here. This is ancient Egypt. If you go into those Grand Canyons, you look at those hieroglyphics, those paintings on the wall, you're going to see beings and new beings that look just like us. New beings that look just like us.
well, you say Nubians, right?
Right.
New beings.
Mm.
They might not even be us. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
we can't claim all of this black shit, because all the black shit, like you keep saying, is pale. It's them. The first black flag that came over was the pilgrim flag. That's a witch flag.
Thanks.
So, they already came over here compromised. They already came over here inverted. They had already inverted their world. Their world was already worshiping Satan. Every little area they touched had already been through the ringer, to where that those people and whoever was controlling those areas had already failed to the beast. Whether they failed to the beast by the sword, whether they failed to the beast by, exchanging their titles for money and still holding on to their titles, but just being able to, kind of just be the puppet for, Shaitan, right? Satan. And so these people, or whoever was controlling the realm before, the prehistoric people that was controlling it, they sold out to the beast. And so that's why you now have all these, we can't tell who's inverted and who's not inverted, because these people have been doing this shit generationally. It's normal now. By the time, after hundreds and hundreds of years from when they started, right? And then through the bloodlines of how they intermingled their stuff so that they could be closer and closer to whoever the origin of this beast system is. That's why they only try to, intermarry in within themselves, because they're trying to bloodline get closer to whoever started this bullshit, that we're
Right.
living in now. So by the time they came over, so they've been doing they were doing their stuff hundreds and hundreds of years before they came to, this so-called America, right? And we were doing our own stuff too, prehistorically, nothing written down, and it might have been written down, but they came in and destroyed everything that was there and didn't say that maybe there wasn't anything there. Our
Right.
leaders or whoever was controlling this room sold out to them. They had something that they wanted, and so they sold out our
I believe,
sovereignty.
do
They
you
listen.
believe?
They sold out our sovereignty for their slavery, for their beast system.
Right. 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 And then you gotta think a lot of our own sold us out too. A lot of our own were like double agents. They were working for the other side. They were giving us some of our secrets away. Some of our historic secrets, some of our ancient secrets were given away to the oppressor, to the beast. So this is why they infiltrated us too. This is why they was able to take over so easily, but it took them some time, right?
Yeah, that's why they have, like, okay, perfect example, right? Josephine Baker was propped up as like one of the first black actors, whatever, of her time, was able to go to Europe and, do her thing. But also, like, she was considered a double agent because they said that she so-called worked for the military, right? Was doing these secret missions. I believe personally that's what a lot of these people, even people we have, just normal people, have these same missions. you
Right.
know they want to have, they have to opt into the B system because either their family sold out generations ago and they don't have a choice. That's why they had a lot of them having generational curses. So a lot of them are forced to be double agents in the community, but they're not a part of the community. They're part of their community. They're doing what they're supposed to.
And this is why they join secret groups. Like they join separate orders, like the Jezebel order. All these different orders are secret groups. All these secret societies they're all like, you're right.
But those are lower level people, because what I'm saying is that this stuff has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Right.
Of these black people that have all these houses and cars and all this new, their grandparents, great grandparents, who somebody down that line sold out.
Yeah.
Somebody,
In order to make
somebody.
it into this matrix, yeah, you gotta sell out. In order to gain material and wealth and be a part of that classism paradigm they got going on, you have to sell out.
Right.
This is a sacrificial matrix. And the overlords of this matrix demand sacrifice. So you're right, they
Right.
you got to sell out.
So they sold out the soul of their whole family hundreds of years before. It's You got to think of it kind of like, Doctor Who, Time Lord jumping in lines and stuff like that. That's why time don't exist. The great 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 grandfather of the sellout family put his neck on the line to the beast. So he already did all the rituals. He did all those important rituals back then that was needed in order to get whatever the materials needed for him in this realm to be a big name, right? And so in order to keep that up, he has to keep his descendants, right? The descendants have to keep on sacrificing. So, okay, well, you got to pick up what you want to sacrifice. You want to sacrifice your gender. You want to sacrifice an actual life. You have to sacrifice something. So by the time you end up rubbing shoulders with these people, whether it's in school, working with them on a job, you happen to maybe just even casually date them, no sex or anything like that, right? Those people could be generational invert sellouts. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel
So
you.
it's like you don't know who you are really around. That's why, I had said before in a previous panel that sometimes you be seeing these people in your community that you kind of hear of. You like, dang, they got stardom now. They're hairdressers to famous people. They have the ability to be a real estate agent for all these celebrities. How are they able to do that, right? And they just promote it like, oh, I'm working hard. I'm working hard. No,
Man,
they're not. They
they reaping
working
the benefits.
hard. They
Right.
doing them rituals.
Right.
They travel into different countries because when you go to different countries have different satanic shaman rituals that you have to do. They put in, so on one end they cheating, right? They cheating the real Matrix world because they making it seem like, oh, if you just put your best foot forward and you go and you do everything and you know the right people. No, you either already in the game because somebody sold out, or you found out about the game and decided that you wanted to set out on an individual level, so you starting off from scratch. There's people that's already starting off the sellout game generationally. So it's just crazy because I'm seeing all these certain people, even on Instagram and different things like that. I'm like, damn, how they getting clout this fast? How they numbers going up this fast? How they doing this? How they doing? They doing it because they
Right, and
doing
that,
them
and
rituals.
so crazy truth too. That's one of the biggest misconceptions, false indoctrinations they'll put off on us. When we was younger, they, like you said, they told us via television. I worked hard to get where I'm at, man. I grinded it out, man. I was bleeding myself, and I want to thank God for putting me in this position. Yeah, no did it. He put you in that, he put you in that position because you sold out, man. And it's like you said, they don't necessarily have to sell out in this generation. It's some generational shit. They could have done it 4 generations ago, but it's cause and effect. So they reaping the benefits of what they past generation did, what their great grandfather did 200 years ago, right?
Right. And that's why all of this competition shit comes from them, because the whole structure of like Freemasonry is about, one upping each other, being on levels and things like that. So it's just like they're in two different worlds. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
That's why when they be talking about the multiverse, these people that are in these secret organizations, whether it's because they've either gotten personally invited, which a lot of times they get personally invited, or it's because they are familiarly already tied to it, so they just, they already blood in, so they can't even blood out. Blood out is death, right? They're already born into it, so they don't got a choice.
Right.
Um, I forgot. I just lost my. I just lost my thought.
You good, man? Hold on, let it breathe. Give a minute. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get what you're
No,
saying. Yo, I get what you're
yeah,
saying.
I'm saying that, you don't. These people living in different multiverses.
Right.
So on the world stage, right? The stage, they're getting all these. They getting their flowers, right? People, oh, give them their flowers when they're alive. They getting their flowers. They getting their awards. They getting their rewards. Just like all those puppet celebrities, they get their reward. They get their Grammys. They get their Emmys, not for the artistry, because all that artistry shit is fake. All that artistry shit is created by the machine. Just like in our regular life, these people that we see getting pushed up is getting pushed up by the system. But on the behind the stage, behind the scenes, they gotta
You
pay.
you know,
They gotta pay to play.
right. It's an amusement park. You got to pay to play in this matrix, and it's an amusement park. So sometimes when you paying to play, that might cost you your soul. That might cost you a limb. That might cost you your sexuality. That might cost you morals. Your morals. That might cost you your integrity. And I always thought that too. 'Cause when I worked, when I was a chef in my chef days, I thought to myself, why am I busting my ass like this? I always busted my ass. I'm a go getter. I'm a hard worker. But I always felt like I was being subjugated, and I was like, I was inside of a hamster wheel. I was running somewhere, but I wasn't getting nowhere. But then I look at Jack and Jill. I said, damn, how are they reaping the benefits of this matrix, living this high life, and I'm over here doing the same thing twice as hard, but they got it. But now I got a better understanding, and I got a better insight on why these, like you said, on why they hold key positions here in this matrix is because of what they do behind closed doors. And then
Yeah,
they try to false indoctrinate us by saying, hey, if you work hard, you can get there. No, man, no, it don't work like that.
it's rigged. It's rigged. The whole thing is rigged for the puppets, whether it's on the television or it's in your everyday life. Even these store owners and things like that, they're them too. All of this is it. That's why they say they got the eye everywhere. The eye is everywhere because they are able to control these people, because whether they have personally done it, or which they do make you personally do it, because whether you just say your grandfather sell out, you still have to put in this work. It's like in the gang, right? Perfect example: Bloods, Crips, gangs, right? Same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, yo granddaddy might have been a big OG, the big uncle, right? The big nigga. But you're not. We might not beat you up as hard as we beat up somebody coming off the street wanting to be a part of the set, might not beat you as hard, but you're still gonna have to put in some to show us that you're a part of the allegiance, a part of the pledge of allegiance, that you're a part of the group.
The leisure
Because
room, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said earlier on my live earlier. Coming into the majors when we young, we adolescents, they making us pledge allegiance to the flag. We pledging allegiance to the beast, to the beast Canaanite, to the black nobility, to all these unseen forces we having to pledge allegiance to. And you got, like you said, all these people, like all these puppets on, even on the level we own, like low level puppets, like store owners, business owners, bank, like people that own small banks, they all pledged allegiance, took an oath. So what we do, we when we wake up, we break all these oaths, we break all these allegiances, right?
yep,
Same thing when somebody joins the military, or somebody becomes a doctor, they take allegiance to the pharmaceutical industry. Oh, that's ran by Satan. The educational system is ran by Satan. So when you become a professor, you take an allegiance to Satan and his organizations. All, you know what I'm saying?
yep, yep. Yeah, I had some guy that I've known from high school. He does movies and things like that, like independent stuff. And he kind of liked me. I know he's liked me for a while. And we hung out like last year, and he texted me like a few weeks ago talking about I'm sick of working my job, and I'd rather hang out with the pedos and the demons than be a slave. I said,
He's
I looked
for
at
real.
my. He texted me this.
Ain't no way.
He texts. I still got the text. I should delete it, but I'm like I just looked at my phone because I'm just like, first of all, we don't have that type of relationship to even really talk like that, and that's the thing that you're gonna say. First I had to, I told her I rebuked it because I didn't even want that energy, and then I said I'd rather be a slave than sell my soul to these entities. And then next thing I know, this person was doing a comedy show at the Laugh Factory in my city. So I'm just like, no. I said, have fun with them. I said, well, have fun with those demon girls. Because he was like, oh, let's hang out. Let me get you a coffee. Hell no. I said, well, I told him straight. I said, you will not sacrifice me
Right, trying to either trying to sacrifice you or wanting your energy.
or
See,
take me somewhere. These people have orders.
right, make you a sacrificial lamb, part of some masochistic shit. That's
Oh,
crazy. That motherfucker
he
said that.
look, he probably had a list of people that they look, whoever was giving him that gig. You don't know how look, they probably looked through his Facebook group, anything. Oh, this person's on our list, our takeout list.
You
Oh,
know,
this person. See if you can hang out with him, and then off him, and we'll get you this gig, this comedy gig. And now I'm dead somewhere, never to be found, and this nigga doing some corny jokes on the stage because it's real
oh
out
man,
here. It's real.
yeah, it's real. It's real. That's real shit you saying. He's probably done some homosexual rituals behind the scenes. He probably can't live. He can't live with what he done.
It's
So
probably a big female. I've never seen that person naked. It's probably a big female. You know,
that
he act like a female,
right.
reaching out to me, making all these confessions, and we're whatever. But
Like
these
nigga, what
people
you
will
usher?
get you.
You just doing what you usher. These your confessions. That's crazy, man. But that probably don't happen to me before. I probably didn't catch it. My spiritual discernment back then wasn't up to par like it is now, so I probably didn't catch it back then. Probably even dealing with females in the past,
Yep.
or even
Try
like
to
it's
set you up, trap you.
right. That's why I said on my live earlier, I can't be compromised for no type of abundance of money or material because I know that this is spiritual before physical. So I can't. I'm not going to be enticed by anything mundane, physically mundane. They can't offer me 100,000. Nothing can. I can't be compromised for nothing because I'm not willing. I got integrity. I got morals I stand on. And I don't. A lot of us, a lot like that guy you was just talking about. He might feel like, damn, he got to sell out. He, like I said, he might be trying to impress. He doing all this clout chasing because he wants to impress demons. These females, he gonna attract demons.
That's fine. Just stay the hell away from me.
Facts.
I said you'll find you a very attractive demon. He does movies. All he around is demonic entities and creatures and stuff masquerading as humans.
Right, and that's what I
So
said in my live earlier. People got a false misconception. They think the demons dwell in the dark. No, demons dwell right here in the false light, right here in the false light spectrum. Because we only can see 10% of the color light spectrum here. So you only can see I was about to say, this is why that when I played that video about the demon face.
yeah.
So we only can see, you can't see them right in your face. They dwell here in the false light.
But they telling you now, because if you go on any of the social medias now, especially these new non-gender children, they coming out automatically saying they pronoun is demon. They're
Yeah,
identifying as demon.
they are
It ain't even a they no more. They said demon. Okay,
they,
they going straight to the point.
they are hybrids.
They letting you know. If you coming out, oh, what's your look? I used to be one of them because when you in this world, you kind of have to adapt. So it's like, oh, what's your pronoun? Somebody tell you demon. How you respect that?
Can't respect it at all. And we've been surrounded by these entities, by these dark forces all of our life. We used to know it, but now we raising our consciousness. We can see the motherfuckers in full time. Like I got some people in my family, I know for certain they're fucking demons. Like even like past bosses and coworkers, I know for certain that they was fucking like just full blown demons, man.
Yeah. But you think they was born like that, or it accumulated over time?
I think they was born like that, just like an NPC is born to be an NPC. An NPC is pre-coded to go to reject what we talk about when we come into knowledge. So NPC is pre-coded before they come into the matrix to be like that. So I believe if you're born soulless, you're born with no soul. Because you gotta think it's five, they outnumber us 5,001. Like when I'm out and about, you outnumber 5 to 10,001. So these are all soulless beings coming in here. They synthetic seeds. They artificial acid. All artificial, part of this artificial illusionary world, with no souls.
Yeah.
It's demons possessed. That's why they organic portals, because demons can easily attach themselves to their aura. Let me tell you something. My twin brother last month, I love him dearly. He called me last month, talking about drunk as shit. I'm talking about drunk. But I know that was like them demons attached to themselves to his aura. He called me talking crazy.
Yeah.
All I did was tell him, hey man, get that monkey off your back, man. Get them demons off you. I love you, man. And that was that. But because I know that's not him talking, that was him being infiltrated by demons. Because we know alcohol, a ghoul, the ancient word for alcohol is a ghoul. Them ghouls attach themselves to his aura. That he wasn't. I know for a fact my twin brother has a soul. He's a good dude. It's just he was taking But you can't have a soul but easily be manipulated by demons.
Yeah, because your consciousness, because the alcohol, what the thing is about alcohol is that it darkens parts of your brain, your receptors. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It blocks that stuff up. So that I believe when your brain gets black like that, you're more susceptible for those demons to come in, those spiritual entities, because your consciousness is down, your consciousness is low. That's why sometimes, I've had instances where, I thought I didn't drink that much, and then I wake up and I'm at home. Like, how the fuck I get home?
Right.
And it's your body's moving, but you have no consciousness of what's going on. That's them spirits jumping in you.
Right. Taking over the body, taking over the vessel. Because that's what
Yeah,
they do.
because after the brain is gone, you ain't nothing but just you like an avatar. All they need to do is just plop it. Oh my god, like in the SpongeBob when Plankton creates that machine where he can climb into it and take over people. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like that.
Yeah, that's true.
They know how to move your arms, legs. You saying all types of shit. You don't even know what you said.
Yeah, they
You don't
mimic
know
us.
what you did.
Facts. Don't everybody be saying that like, man, I don't remember what the fuck I done last night. I've been drunk. I done been so drunk at times, true, that I don't even remember what the hell I did the night before. Like, man, what happened last night? It's like, nigga, man, you was acting a fool last night. Nigga. You try to fight everybody in the parking lot, nigga. Yeah, that's cause you been taken over. That's not you. Those damn demons, those ghouls, those spirits.
Yeah, speaking of things taking you over. So yesterday I was listening to Spotify, and I was listening to Celine Dion, right? A new day has come. That song.
Hmm.
Listen to that song. I started to because now what I'm starting to do because before you conscious really understand who runs this world, you just singing these songs mindlessly.
Facts.
But then I started to listen to A New Day Has Come, and that song is about Satan. Like it
Wow.
talks, yeah, you know, it's the songs like let the rain wash down let the rain come down and wash away my fears. Let it kill my soul and drive away my fears. It's just the way like it sounds like a religious song, but it's like a pop song. But
Yeah, and that's what they do. They use technology through them songs. They make the song seem so righteous and so innocent, but in all actuality, it's the complete polar opposite. Like you said, they worship and they buy from it. They Satan. They worshiping the Satan, the god Lucifer, the god of the airways, king of the airways here in the Matrix.
yeah, there's songs like there's a song by Robin Thicke called Morning Sun or Morning Star.
Wow.
Like it's a jam. Oh, you could definitely step to it, but it's about Satan. Angel by Anita Baker. That's Satan.
Damn, that song hard. So I like that song.
I know. I love Anita Baker. Straight dude.
Straight man, that's just hard. That's just heartbreaking when you start finding out like all the truth is. It's more disturbing than a lie, man. Because when you start finding all this stuff out, all this shit got a deeper esoteric meaning too. It has an esoteric meaning, a spiritual meaning. So everything they do is not by coincidence. It's not by chance. So when we start looking at this shit deeper, we start listening to these songs. 10 years ago, we might listen to that song like by Anita Baker called Angel. Like, oh, he's talking about her angel. She's in love. Now you know, like, God damn, they paying homage to the Satan, man. God damn.
Uh huh. Yep. Yep. They basically these be love songs to Satan because they have to make love to Daddy. Calling me Daddy.
I need a dad. Like, y'all like, what the hell? Like, what?
Yep. And
That's
what? And Twister, a big old female, crazy.
big old female. All
Crazy
of them
bitch.
inverse, man.
Yep. Mhm.
That's why I was going in on Jesus Christ on my live just a minute ago. I was like, man, I don't want nothing to do with that. I mean, to each his own. Like I was saying, like my twin brother, he still believes in Catholicism. He still believes in monotheistic religion. He's a Christian, but I try to convey to him what Christianity really meant. He wasn't trying to hear that. Nigga started calling me crazy, so I had to cut the conversation off there because it was me, my mama, and my little brother. We was all out there just having conversations about this shit. He wasn't trying to hear it, but so I had to automatically end the conversation with that.
Yep.
It just we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is it that we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it starts to get disrespectful. You look, be blessed, and I'll talk to you later. That's what I do now. I ain't about to argue with you.
Right, right.
Cause I already did the research and know what the fuck I'm talking about, and you just talking off of your fifis, which is cool. But the thing is that they don't do the research. They don't know that they don't know the real foundational esoteric connections to this stuff. They're going off of their pure ego and emotion. So because they off of their on that standpoint, they believe that you're on that same standpoint. So even if you tell them, hey, here's proof. Here's these books highlighted. Here's some notes. You could give the person the whole cheat code book. They're gonna still be in their emotions, and they ain't trying to hear nothing you saying because
Right,
their emotions has trumped truth.
right. And it's more disturbing when it's somebody the same, because they say all skin folk ain't kinfolk. When it's somebody the same and it's an indigenous person worshiping their oppressor's ideologies. Like you worshiping the same deity that your oppressor gave you. Like the motherfuckers that came over here and lied to you and gave you, they came over here as missionaries, like I was talking about in the live earlier. They gave you this shit. They gave you these books, this indoctrination, and then you still trying to push that off on me, man. Come on, no, man. And then it's more hurtful. It makes me want to throw up when I get on social media, man. I see everybody just pushing, like, man, get the fuck out of here with that, man. Like
Yeah.
we passed that now.
No, they not. Them the same people that went out and got the juice, and will probably go and get some more juice if they come up with some more stuff last.
Yeah, they all got the hot sauce. All of them took it. No questions asked. No
Yeah.
questions asked. They ain't, that's what I'm saying. They all had this high mentality. All of them, they think all of them think on the same accordance.
But these are the same people that's like the white man and the this and the that. But y'all listen to that same white man, Fauci.
Right,
Y'all
right.
listen to that same white man and we ain't got the juice. No hesitation. No
You
hesitation. I ain't about to lose my job. Oh, okay. So I guess
right.
you ain't as pro black as you say.
I was talking to my daddy about that. My mom and them, I was telling him, I said, Daddy, look, I said, the same colonizer that came over here hundreds of years ago and handed you religion, handed you the political realm, it's the same motherfucker that poisoned us. They still feeding us poison to this day. I said, so you listening to them? They saying take the inoculation, go to work every day, work 50 hours. I said, then you go into their college facility and being educated by John D. Rockefeller, Common Core education, direct from Satan. I said, y'all still following this shit. But somebody like me come along just asking common sense. This is all logic we dealing with. When I'm saying, hey man, maybe we need to second guess this shit. Maybe we need to like really looking like we need to leave this shit alone because you only further. That's what I'm saying. They talk about the white man shooting us down, they hurting us. Nah, man, because you loving the oppression, you loving your oppressions, your oppressors, mindset.
Yep.
You start thinking like the colonizer.
Yep. Exactly. All their ideological understandings and foundations, even how we even interact as male and woman, is been from them.
Facts.
But then when you had these trying to have these conversations and everything, and be let them know like, okay, like I was putting in the comments because I be all on YouTube. More recently I be in manosphere spaces because I like to understand the male's point of view, and just it's also good to just know what people are thinking anyway, so when you're interacting with people you can understand that, oh, they're reacting to me this way because not because something I did. It's their own personal thing. Like when I have certain interactions sometimes with black men, I don't take it personally because I understand what men are saying in the manosphere and a lot of group think. So that's how I like to just, because I'm not about to make any of these interactions with these idiots personal because they're demons, right? So why carry their energy? That's what they want. So I'm looking through these different manosphere spaces. These is females. These are born females giving men, real natural men who are having their own personal issues interacting with women, advice on how to talk to these women. But these F to M's are giving this advice based off of their interactions with their M to F's. And M to F's are going to automatically naturally be more aggressive because they were born men. And so now on the same flip side, in these female divester, I hate men or I hate black men spaces, right? These is niggas in a drag giving real women advice on either what, how to please a man, how to keep a man, how to be more feminine. So the very antithesis of these gender based conversations are inverted, and they fucking us up at every turn just so that they can have access to the children. And people don't care. You got parents talking about fuck these kids and all stuff, and these are the same people that'll turn around, look me right in my face, and say, "Why don't you got kids? You don't even like yours. You
Right,
don't like yours.
right.
You don't treat yours right. You don't honor yours right. Don't ask me no questions about no children, please."
Because
And they
you
get fucked
as
up.
kids, bringing children into this matrix is like the last option. Like I love my I love my kids to death, but if I know what I know now, I wouldn't want to do that to them, and I'll do that to the next generation. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not saying that. I'm not. It's not even like saying like don't have kids or whatever. It's just the kids that you do. Not even kids. Excuse me. Let's scratch that. The children that you do have, we have to honor them better than how we were honored. And a lot of times, these parents, because of the matrix system that we live in, creates a selfish parent.
Facts.
And so our focus and attention is so much on the outside world. You got grannies. Grannies don't even want to be grandmas no more. They want to be on TikTok.
Speaking of that, my mom's a grandmother. My mom has a lot of grandkids, and she told me, she said, "Kentra, I'm not gonna be some old." My mom really doesn't hasn't have anything to do with my daughter or my son. Well, my son, he's not biologically mine, but he has my name, right?
He's your son. You don't gotta say all that. That's your son.
Yeah,
You've been there.
that's my boy, man. You know, and he's always like, it's a long story. I ain't gonna get into all that, but
Yeah.
look, she doesn't really have any doings with her grandkids. Only a certain like a few of them, like she it's like kind of like a favoritism type shit.
All right.
So me and my mom, we're close, but we ain't close. We're not close as we used to be. Our relationship is kind of awkward, but she's not really a hands-on grandmother. Like she's not like how like Big Mama was. Like my grandma, Hazel, like my grandmother, she was like the neighborhood Medea. Like they called her Muddy in the neighborhood because she took care of everybody's kids. She was the embodiment of a grandmother. Even if you was hungry, you a little boy, a little girl, come knock on her door, knock on her screen door. She gonna feed you. She gonna clothe you. She gonna house you. She was the embodiment of an like she was selfless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we don't have that no more. But I remember that. I remember them calling my grandma Muddy. Everybody, all the neighborhood kids knew who she was. Well respected in the neighborhood.
Right. But it is that. But here's the thing, right? Is that respect still there?
No.
Because there are people, there are grandmas, there are older figures in a community that have been there, but a lot of they end up being vamped on by the same young people that they done helped. They, by the time they get to the teenage age and the streets pick them up, and they want fast money and everything, and you might be a good kid and get swept into that. You talking about, oh yeah, there's a cool, like grandma, she's very nice and she got a big house and a car and everything. Yo demon niggas that's part of the game, they listening.
Facts, facts. And so
And
like
so
you said,
now the old lady dead because you was just talking casually, letting them know her situation, and now she dead, and she can't be the grandma of no community because she just got uh murdered by the hoodlums in the neighborhood, the same
facts.
neighborhood that she helped pretty much grow up.
Right, right. And like you said, a lot of these grandmas, like they caught up in the material matrix. They caught up. They on TikTok. They want to be. They're trying to. It's like they want to live through the next generation all over again. They don't have that big mama mentality that was around 50, 60 years ago, even 20 years ago. You know, they don't have that psychologically, they don't have that mindset. It's not there no more. You know, things are
Mhm.
more. Everything's so commercialized now and defeminized now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these grandmas trying to be grandma red, okay?
Yeah, man. Ain't no such thing.
Shit, they
No
trying to
such,
be ski yeeting in the wheelchair, okay?
no, they ain't. No, grandmas ain't like they used to be, man. It's just them days is over with. You know.
But also, grandfathers ain't what they used to be. We need the men to rise the fuck up, right?
Right, right.
We
Shit,
need the
my
men to
daughter.
rise
Look,
up.
my daughter don't even know my daddy. My daddy like was in the same city as my daughter for a long time. Even my son, and they don't know him. It's a different. That's what I'm saying. It's a different day. I don't. My grandfather in Mississippi. My dad's daddy, I didn't know him, but my mom's dad, I knew him. I stayed at his house many a summer, so I knew I had a relationship with him. So that old generational mentality got passed down to me, and I try to pass that down to my kids. You know, every time I get around them, I'm dropping gems on them.
Yep. Look, these people. I don't know. I don't know where the next generation is heading. I don't know. I don't know what they have in store. Well, I do know what they have in store. The smart cities. So they're already the brain capacity of most people. They've already shrunk it down.
I
So of
mean, it's over. We live in an idiot box, man. Common sense ain't too common no more. We literally live in an idiot box.
Yeah, they still can't see these celebrities are inverted, and even they be confessing it in their songs. They
Maybe that's
confess
what
them
Usher
in the
was talking
songs
about.
all the time.
Yeah, maybe that's what Usher was talking about. Confessing he was an invert.
Look, I don't know. I do know that well, I do know that Usher's a female, but a lot of these, that's all I'm saying, like, generationally, these people be generational transgenders. Well, they don't consider themselves transgender. Excuse me. They consider themselves normal. They normal. Everything that they do in their life that we the naturals they that's normal to them. It's like the Adams Family. Have you ever seen that show?
Yeah, I remember that movie.
Yeah, it's a show too. It's an old TV show. So like, if you ever seen the TV show, watch it. It's a black and white TV show. Or actually it's called the Monsters. Munsters, monsters. And in the show, on the outside world, that's supposed to be the normal world, but you go into their house is supposed to be looked up as like kooky and spooky and everything. That's how them people is house in real life. They come out and they look normal, but you go inside their house, they day to day, they freaks.
Thanks.
The freaks rule this world. We live in a freakazoid world. Remember that show, Freakazoid?
Yeah, that shit bizarre, man. It's unnormacy. Normacy ain't so. It's unnormacy, man. It's just it's bizarre and weird.
Right, like that magazine, Bizarre.
Bizarre as hell. It's like that one that basketball player for Iowa, Joanna man. That's a fucking man. Everybody say, oh, she's a hoop, but that's a fucking man, dog.
Wait, who was that? That real basketball? Or are you talking about the real Joanna Man, which was actually played by a woman? Ain't that funny?
Yeah, that is a woman. They all that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you remind me. They all inverts, man.
Yep.
Introverts, man.
And what I'm starting to see is this trend of these inverts kind of coming out. They coming out as trans, but they actually coming out as their real gender. Like Ellen Page was born a dude, but now Ellen Page is Elliot Page.
To
Ellen
Elliot.
Page, yeah, Ellen Page was in that movie called Juno about that pregnant teenage high school girl,
Hmm.
and now they've come out as transgender as a boy, but they was already born a boy. That's the secret.
Right.
They was originally a boy, and so a lot of these. There's a wrestler now. I forgot his name. I never really knew his name, but there's a wrestler now. He looked like a big old dude that is now like a transgender woman, but that person was already born a female. They're like detransitioning, but calling it transgenderism. You get what I'm saying? Like
Right. Right.
like Caitlyn Jenner. Bruce Jenner was already born a female, but on the world stage, it's a dude.
Right.
But now the man is saying that it's a female. It was already born a female. That's the mind fuck.
Right. It's all trigonometry, man. Trigonometry and trigonology. That's what they known for using. It's all about trickery. So that's their main weapon that they use on us since they invaded us. It's trigonometry, man. They get us to fall for the okey doke.
It's the switcheroo.
Right.
It's the
Literally,
old
literally,
switcheroo.
literally. That's technology said sooner or later the sun is going to level it all out. Yeah, the sun is getting hotter, man.
I
The
don't
sun's getting
know.
hotter because the sun that's our spiritual sun. The sun,
I feel like they created the sun.
yeah, that
I
sun
don't
and that's
know.
not a real sun. No, that's not a real sun. Our sun is outside of the firmament. It don't.
Because look at it like this. When you be looking at all, like you was talking about, like the sun and everything, when you look at all of those religious paintings, even like in the Coptic church, like the Ethiopian Christian church, that's supposed to be older than the Vatican, right? Um, Behind a lot of those individuals is the sun. It's like a halo. The sun is behind them people. Just look at those photos. It's a yellow halo. That halo, that's the sun behind them. So the way that they created these individual people, they probably created the sun. I don't know. I feel like we live in Fraggle Rock. Like I was looking into Fraggle Rock, right, by Jim Henson, and there's a photo online of the
Yeah. Hey,
Fraggle.
give me 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Yeah, you cool.
All right, I'm back. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
My bad. My bad. I ain't mean to keep you too long. My bad.
No, you cool.
He said sooner or later. What do you say? Son is always behind Jesus Christ's character too. Yeah. What was we at? Yeah, that's because they the false light.
Yep.
They the embodiment of false light.
Yeah.
Instead of telling you that you're the light, because we are the light. That's what religion is about. It's about keeping you going towards them, the false light. It's about going towards Jesus Christ, Yeshua, Allah, your favorite celebrity, because they the embodiment, they the personification of false light. So that's how most of us stay up blinded by the light, because the light is false.
Yep. There's this what is it? Is it called "Come to the Light" by the Winans?
You said it's about
Yeah, it's called "Hold Up the Light." So I was listening to this song called "Hold Up the Light" by BB and CC Winings, and it also has Whitney Houston singing on it. And yeah, that song was talk about Satan. Like, hold up the light, save the world from darkness. Hold up the light. So Satan is a light, right?
right.
And in the Bible it says, "Let there be light." Wouldn't couldn't that mean that maybe this realm was in darkness for a reason? Like, we're supposed to be in darkness for a reason. Like
Facts. Yeah,
the
yeah. We are supposed to be in darkness because we are the light. We the light that the world desperately needs. So that's why, yeah, that's true.
because like I'm looking at it like in a real physical sense, like maybe this realm didn't have light, like that we were supposed to, you know how they be talk about people being in the caves and all that, like in these so-called Jews and stuff like that, coming from these tunnels and stuff like that. Maybe that's where we're actually from. Like, they inverted the world so much, like they have all the dark skinned people on this in the light, and like the light ages you. Like, it's maybe the light is what's speeding up our time here, and the closer
Right.
and closer we're into where we're actually supposed to be from.
When you got to look at like the melanin we have. It's called neuromelanin. I've been researching this stuff. Neuromelanin, what we have in our genetic makeup, is condensed sunlight. That's all it is condensed sunlight.
Right. We didn't lead their false light. Like, the sun's not real, the moon's not real, the stars
Right.
not real. We didn't
It's a
need
defunct.
all that stuff. We came
Right.
from we came from I believe we came from the mounds and cliffs inside that, like Fraggle Rock. There's probably systems of different areas where we were probably thriving in that was probably similar to this, because like in Fraggle Rock, right? There's four different species in Fraggle Rock. So there's the humans, there's the Fraggles, there's this iridescent you can't see them. They're iridescent clear like creatures that create the light. And then there's these other little things that eat. They take the plant life and they make them into like housing structures, and it's like a whole ecosystem. I believe that there's probably ecosystems like that under these tunnels that were self-sustaining. you know they're self-sustaining areas where you don't need a sky, because the sky is whatever that hollowed out area, the hollowed earth. I believe there's hollowed earth areas that we may have come from.
We yeah
That
we do live on a hollow earth. There is different so-called quote unquote civilizations beneath us. Because remember, as above, so below, as within, so without. So we 90% water. So we are some marine people. We do come like the hollow earth has different layers to it. You got the marine people that like the Aquaman and mermaid. I said that on my live earlier. That's true. It's different realms right here on the hollow earth. More they're more what's it called? I want to say these beings are way more they surpass us. We surface level beings. These are like hollow earth beings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just like, I don't know. It's just like, when they say the people, like people come from the dirt, like we come from
No,
some.
we come from dark matter. We come from the cosmos. That's why you can't put a timeline on how long indigenous or so-called black people been here. You can't put a timestamp on how long we've been here because
But
we've
how
been
do we
here.
define the cosmos? Because the space ain't real. What's the cosmo then?
Outer space, the terminology for outer space is outside of the ice wall, outside of the firmament dome, because you gotta think we enclosed inside a firmament dome. That's what you could consider outer space. Uh, and
But
then
okay, so in Fraggle Rock, wait a second. So in Fraggle Rock, they define outer space and inner space as something different, right? So our world to them is outer space, right?
right, right,
Their world to them, wait a second. How did I write it? The human world is, and so-called our world is outer space, and there where they live is the universe.
right.
So we technically in outer space
I mean, you can say that.
because we technically are in outer space because of there's multiple realms in the ground. That means
Inner
there's
space,
more
yeah, you're
worlds.
right, you're right, because the inner Earth is inner space. Then
Right.
outer space is the outside layers, like we surface level beings. So outer space, yeah, you can consider that. Inner space is like the inner Earth, hollow Earth, right?
Right. Where there's multiple more sophisticated and older um civilizations because that Fraggle, like I'm telling you, these Satanists have to tell you the truth, and they sprinkle it all around the four corners of the world. It's their entertainment, it's in the religion, it's in this music, it's in a lot. It's even in the clothes. The truth is sprinkled everywhere, and so that's why I was like looking into that Fraggle Rock show because that was the most clear breakdown understanding of how the earth, in my opinion, it actually is. I don't even know if there's an ice wall. We might be actually be living in a diamond that's connected to the ground, because that's the most thing that makes sense to me, because it's just like, okay, who created the diamond? The only thing that creates diamonds that's supposedly in our world is what? Pressure. And the only pressure that's going to be that much is soil pressure, ground pressure. Water doesn't create diamonds. Well, it does when they use those machines to clean them, but I mean to clear them out or whatever they say. But
Right.
I don't know what because they were like, oh, we live in a diamond, right? Like we the like shine bright like a diamond. Like they has to mean something. Like maybe this outer realm is inside of a diamond, a prism,
Yeah, because
and
this is a light prism. It's a light prison. That's what this is. You got so many hypotheses out there, so many philosophies out
oh
there.
my god, I got it. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. You
You
can.
good? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just. We're in a prism. We're in a diamond prism. They dug this. They dug the diamond out. They dug the diamond out. We living in the diamond. We're in prison. We're living in the diamond prison.
Hmm.
You
I
get what
mean,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
I
They
get what you're
created this whole like you pick up a crystal, right? Pick up a crystal, and they dug a hole into the crystal. That's why they know that there's a way out, because they put us here. And they created everything. They put us here. They
right.
brought us here. They brought
And
us
we
here
did.
from where we came from.
Right, right. Do you feel like some of us chose to come here from where we came from? So when I talk about the cosmos, do you believe in like higher dimensions, different planes of existence, right?
Yes, in the inner world.
Right, right. I get what you're saying.
Because that's the cosmos. The cosmos is anything outside of our realm. So
Right.
if we are, because you gotta look at it like, they telling us to look up. We need to be looking down, just like in that movie that you need to watch that I sent you. In that movie, in the Waterworld movie, they were looking they were looking left and right for land. Land was down. Land was
Yeah.
down. The waters had rose up. right? So their cosmos was down. Our cosmos is down too. It's in these caves, it's in these mounds, in these areas that they're not gonna let us go, because if they let us go to the
And
areas of the Grand Canyon that
that's
our
true. And you gotta
ancestors
think,
used to go, and we touch it and we smell it, we're gonna remember. You're even in the dream world, you're gonna remember, and they don't want us to remember.
yeah, some of those deep underground military bases, they stretch millions of miles, millions of acres, man.
Yeah.
There's no end to it.
Yep. That's why they're showing us on social media about all of these underground secret areas and stuff, because they letting us know. That's why they talk about, remember I said before, in anthropology, a matrix is nothing but a different level of a different striation, a different level of sentiment. It could be sentiment, it could be sand, it could be dirt, soil. It's just a different layer.
Right.
We're living in the diamond matrix, but there's probably multiple matrices that are way below us, that are ancient, that are more sophisticated. And that's why when people are like, oh, they're going to heaven, they died, these so-called celebrities, they probably just going deeper, deeper underground to an area that you might
Yeah,
think looks
yeah,
like
yeah. I
a
believe that.
basement. It's
I believe that
probably a
too.
paradise.
Yeah, I believe that too. I believe some lost souls go down there too. Souls trying to find their way back.
Hades, that is something about, like, they say, I don't know, the different layers, Dante's Inferno. Is that what you mean?
Like, yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think so.
Like this, like is what they say. There's like, I think 12 layers or 7 layers of levels of hell.
Yeah, yeah, that's what. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Man,
just know.
this shit's so complex, because we trying to find our way back, and like it's all about remembering. So we trying to remember all these things, but sometimes this shit can be so damn complex to figure out.
Yeah, I just think it's easy to I think these so-called, because you was talking about the fake woke truthers, we can get on that because that's goes right hand in hand about what I'm about to say. We
Man,
need
all
to
them fake.
think. Exactly. We need to think outside of the box, even think outside of some shit that's so far fetched that you just like, man, if you're looking, if something pops in your head, it's like, man, that could never be. That's probably it.
Facts. Because
Because,
that's your intuition, right? That's your intuition talking. Like maybe you know what I'm saying?
yeah, because, like you were saying before about, Mag and all that, I still listen to Mag because you need to know what these people was saying, even if it's lies, because you gotta learn
Man,
the
Mag ain't
lie.
the Mag ain't got nothing for me.
Look, I get it. You got a personal thing. I get that. That person put you on blast. You got a totally different vibe from that person. I get it. But what I'm just saying, that's just an example, of just in general of anything. I listen to these people because then I could catch the lie.
Right.
That's when I know that I'm on my shit, because you can't put yourself so isolated in an echo chamber that everybody starts saying the same shit. So if everybody in the truther community is saying the same shit, that means it's a
No,
lie.
Mag don't talk like me. My channel, my videos is more of an esoteric, it come from more of a metaphysical aspect. Mag's channel is more of a like I said in my live earlier, it's more if you just now coming into consciousness. You just now if you on a precipice of waking up, I found out about like how we talk about inverse, how we talk about how the world is staged. That's like it's basics. You know how you got a bike with training wheels on it, and you need a training
Yeah.
wheel to ride the bike. So when you just now waking up, you might need you might need those training wheels. Mags are training wheels, so you might need his basic ass channel, his basic ideologies, because he's reading from a script. He has a team of writers around him, or she, whatever that thing is, that writes the content. There's no originalities as opposed to a channel like mine's. Our channel like it's free to pay attention. Our life is rigged. We don't have none of that. We just going off like this is just all within. This is just logic. A mag is all. That's all. That's 5 years ago woke shit. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't entertain this channel because that's 5 years ago. That's 5 years ago. I already know all that shit. Like I'm past all that. I'm talking about celebrities or puppets. I already know all that. I'm past that.
Mm.
Oh, as Terry Knowledge said, though, there's nothing. To me, there's nothing Mad says that I don't already know. It facts, bro. I'm on the same thing. I'm on the same wavelength. There's nothing that Mad can bring to the table of truth, so called, that I don't already know. But I'm past that. And even if the motherfucker didn't make that video about me, I would already. And you know what's so crazy? The reason why that agent made a video about me, because I asked a logical question. I said, "Why do you have a Masonic G tattooed on your stomach?" Instead of answering the question like a man, well, ain't a man. Made a whole video about me, so that tells you right there. You know,
Oh, it made it like a female. What you expect?
female tendencies. And you gonna go straight to the internet, and make a whole video about me just because I asked a simple, logical question? Hey, my nigga, why you got this Masonic G? Why you got the whole biology, anatomy of a woman? You got sloped shoulders, overshaped. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm on a new path of like enlightenment. So channels like that, that's all baby food. That's nothing to me. You know. But to each his own though. You know, I respectfully, man. I respect everybody's
Yeah,
mindset. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I don't take anything personal because like I said, you can learn. That's like me saying I can't learn anything from listening to the Manosphere because I don't got no penis. It's not true,
Yeah, I see what you
right?
yeah, I see what you're
Right?
saying.
I'm learning different perspectives and understanding the different views of how men are looking at women. Just because I
Right,
might
right.
think myself as a good woman in my mind, right? My female mind might believe I'm okay. I'm not out here in the streets. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But there's other ways that I need to tighten up my game, tighten up my shit, because
Well,
there's areas, huh?
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then. This led me to further believe that Mags controlled opposition.
I'm talking about the manosphere. We passed man.
Well,
Come on now.
hold on. I'm gonna get this off. I said this earlier in my live. I said I watched the video like 2 months ago. He made a video talking about the pyramids. I'm thinking to myself, we built on pyramids, and then somebody else said that he was talking shit about the originals, the Indians, saying that we clowns. Like, man, like if you really a truther, you really conscious, you gonna enlighten your subscribers and tell them who we really are. You know what I'm
Let
saying?
me, yeah, let me skew to a different perspective on the clown stuff. I don't think Mag, even if he has a team of writers and Masonic and all that stuff, I'm going at it at all perspectives. So ride with me with this. The narrative that exists currently of who the Native Americans are the Native Americans that we see in the cowboy versus Indian stuff from the 30s, the 40s. Those was the Native American people that they put in our mind. If you ask anybody and you show three pictures of a white person, a so-called black person that's copper colored, or a Asiatic Native American, they're gonna pick the Asiatic Native American anytime. Even if just say they all have that outfit on, right?
Right, right,
They're gonna pick that one. They're not gonna pick us because that is who they have as the definition, right?
right,
So when Mag was coming from a point of view, I'm not defending it. I'm just giving you a perspective how he's still admitting the truth of who we are, right?
right.
Hope you still ride with me. So
I'm following you.
cool. So he's going to talk about that definition of a Native American person. So in that context, he is correct that that is a costume because that's just an outfit. Just like when you go to certain African countries or they didn't want African American people to wear the dashiki. Remember that they didn't want us to wear dashiki because we wasn't
Right.
from Africa and all this
And we
stuff.
weren't running around with those costumes all the time.
Huh?
Back when we ruled this land, we wasn't running around in those costumes all the time.
Right, but what he's saying is that those costumes are used to put an identity on a group of people that may be real or not real.
Right,
We know as copper colored people, we know that we the original people, we wasn't dressed like that. We don't know how we was dressed, but we know we wasn't dressed like that. But in the entertainment industry has created a narrative of what an Indian is. So regardless of whether we know the truth or not, we're gonna have to push harder on our end to define who we are and to let it be known that we actually are the original people because the narrative of this world is so strong that they created that Asiatic costume imagery of it, which it is a costume. Because if you go back in who created it? The Beast created it.
Right. And you know what's
Like
so
the Beast
crazy?
created all of the other costumes for
Right.
the other so-called races.
Right. And look, they still got us wearing costumes to this day. Police
Right,
uniform,
right.
a work uniform, a badge, all these different costumes we still having to wear. We still having to play dress up to this day as adults in this matrix, you know?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Even if this person is your enemy, know thy enemy.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you're
Know
right,
your
but I ain't watching that
enemy.
nigga. You right,
No,
but I ain't watching.
you don't gotta pay for the no money on none of his stuff, but tap in
Man,
occasionally
I'm good,
to.
man. Respectfully.
I'm not saying, but me, I'm not. Look,
Yeah, yeah, I respect
you
that.
know your enemy. That's why I listen to. I'm not saying the men are my enemy. Now let's go back to the manosphere. Me as a woman have to tighten up in certain areas. I know that I can't say I'm conscious. Oh, I know everything going well, but I'm not conscious within my own life to know that there's areas that I need to tighten up on. So I have to listen to other perspectives. If I don't have those perspectives around me, or if I feel like those perspectives are not as heightened or as diverse as I need them to be for my own personal understanding, I'm gonna go into YouTube and find different manosphere groups that the got the fake F to M's that are gonna have all the algorithms, they're gonna have all the viral stuff. I'm gonna listen to them a little bit, but then I'm gonna also find the dudes in the comments that are commenting and see if they have channels and see what they're talking about. See if they have panels listed in on their panels, because a lot of these incel red pill, black shirt. See, I know I listen to this shit. I'm not just talking. They 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 are reacting culturally. They are reacting to what the M to F's, these male to females and drag, that they can't figure out that these are dudes. They are reacting to that influence.
Right.
And so that's why we are having we're having these separations. We're not building families. We're not having no big mamas. We're not having people that care about, what the kid ate, or whether the child did it, got their clothes washed, or what they're reading and what they're listening to, why they got. That's why all of these people are becoming so individualistic, male and female, M to F,
So you think
or F to M, or demon.
so you think outside of that realm, you think individualism is like like nefarious? You think it's a bad thing being individualistic? Like on
Yes,
certain points, like far as like us thinking for ourselves, us being individualistic.
I think in certain areas it's a strength, but as humans, as anybody, as a species have to come together, and we're not. They're using the fundamental thing, which is our sexual orientations, our sexual connectedness
Yeah,
against us.
that's true.
That's
That's
the
true.
biggest.
That's
That's the
true.
biggest weapon
We do
they're
we do
using.
we do like oneness because that's universal law. Oneness. We coming down here in the physical in this 3D reality. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as oneness.
Well, they're trying to the oneness that they seek is different from the oneness that's natural. And that's what we have to understand. We have to break down these terms, because they want to be one. That's their whole thing. The Energine is about being one. And we start back at one. One, you're like a dream come true. The dream is that they're all Energines. But in the natural world, we have male or female. Or in the natural world, only a woman who was self-producing pregnancy. Who knows how it was before they came in and flipped everything upside down. We don't know what the world was. We know it wasn't this, or maybe it was. Maybe this is just how the world was supposed to be, because we in prison.
Yeah, yeah, this
We
is
living in an insane asylum. Of
right.
course, nothing's gonna make sense.
This is a loony bin we living in. Loony bin,
Right.
idiocracy, the idiot box, all the above, man. You know,
Right. And they and I we might be in prison. This might be a galactic jail,
it
and we
is.
don't even we in
It is.
galactic
Look,
jail.
see, look, yeah, now, look, yeah, we are. This matrix is a jail. So this is a light. We're on a light cold lockdown. This is a prison.
Shit.
That's true.
And they got their special slaves shucking and jabbing on the world stage to keep us, you know, in the zombified.
Facts, man. Shit, everybody slave. Everybody had being a slave. People think of being a slave. You can't be a slave physically and mentally on both accordance because people think of a slave. They think of somebody out in the field picking cotton. Nah, slave is your everyday average Joe. Somebody like you said that on sold out to a corporation that still haven't figured out. You can't tell a slave they're a slave if they don't know they're a slave. You know what I'm saying? It's like telling, you know what I'm saying?
Look, they happy. You know what we say? They happy hoes.
Happy slaves, man. They love their consumption. They love their house. They love their cars. They love the money. They love it all. That's a
They
happy
love
slave.
they love Big Daddy Satan. That's their Lord and Savior.
Right,
That's
right.
what they talk about. They saved me. Yeah, that's what they talk about. Yeah,
Jesus saved Jesus.
they
I was
saved
saved.
him from
I
a
was saved
wretch
by the
like
blood of
me.
Christ.
Yeah, they saved from a wretch like me. Yeah, who the wretch? The wretched. The wretched is the people that haven't sold out yet. We the wretches because we ain't gonna get the silver and gold. I'd rather have Jesus
All right,
than
hold on.
silver and gold. For real, I know you think back at all those gospel songs. Who they singing to? Who they singing about?
Yeah. Here, go here. I'm trying to find my damn phone charger. Right here. Yeah, man. That's religion. That's what I'm saying. That's why every other video, I'm always going at religion and all these deities, man, because that's what I'm saying. There's no savior outside of myself. There's no savior outside of yourself. You can't, ain't nobody gonna save you. Like dude said in that freestyle, say, homie, say yourself. Everything else get a hard drive.
Look, they love Satan. You had walked away and I was saying, I said, I know if you remember some of those songs back in those church going days, now you think you're like, damn, they was singing to Satan the whole time.
Oh hell yeah! All those gospel songs. I was in the choir, and when I was in Mississippi, when I was younger, I would stay with my granddaddy, and my granddad was like a big Christian. He put me and my twin brother in the choir. I dreaded that shit. We was sitting there chanting. We was sitting there chanting all these low vibrational, satanic ass fucking gospel songs.
Yeah. Did you
That
ever
shit was
go to a
pure
church revival?
church revival, like a baptism.
No, like they have those like church. It's like a whole circus and everything, where it's like they there for a week and they like praise it for a week. It's a church revival. Like they used to like in back in the old days, they used to bring them like huge like circus tents out because people from all over would come and see
No, I ain't
different
not.
like celebrity preachers and stuff.
No, I ain't never been to one of them, man.
Yeah.
All that shit was pure torture. I knew someone right back then. I thought to myself, damn, my granddaddy and them, we live on a dirt road in Mississippi, poor as shit. Why are we in here asking for forgiveness? Why are we in here being so submissive? I looked at because we look at as kids, we look at the man as masculine, we look at them as superheroes, but you seeing your superhero being submissive to an unseen deity that we never seen before. It's all hearsay. Like we never heard Jesus Christ or Yeshua, whatever you want to Yahweh. We never heard none of these niggas say anything. We just going for what somebody done told us, a book.
Yeah. They confessing their sins, all the stuff they've been doing on the low that everybody been doing because they probably all been doing it to each other. So they all come to the church and you just a little kid looking up at them like, what the fuck are these people doing? They getting the Holy Ghost, demons is zapping into them, and the preacher is doing all types of crazy, weird rituals on people in public and everything. It's a lot. That stuff is
Yeah,
traumatic.
that's just horrendous, man. I'm like, damn. That's what I'm saying. Like that takes us being like even as being adolescents, we princesses and princes as kids, and then we grow up to be like I said, kings and queens. And so I know where I'm gonna be a king and you a queen. We're gonna be submissive to something we never seen before. You know what I'm saying? They say what they say every knee shall bow down. I'm not bowing down, man. What for what?
You better get down or stay down.
You gonna get down? What is the nigga saying? State property. You gonna get down or lay down?
Stay down,
Get
right?
down, stay down.
Speaking of state property, have you listened to the new Future and Metro Boomin album? They quote, remember you put that quote up on Prodigy talking about, yeah, I don't fuck with them fake rappers.
Yeah, I don't listen to the new. I don't listen to new rap. I'm just be all. I'm be all.
That quote is in that album, and Prodigy pretty much, I guess it was a whole interview. I guess the clip you put was a clip to a longer interview. I think that whole interview was used throughout that album. So I would listen, even though you don't listen to new rap, listen to it because they saying a lot of doing a lot of confessing.
Mm,
They
I
doing
might.
especially Future. He said something about breeding. He breeding. They confessing.
Yeah, yeah, they got to do it because they have to. And these, especially, I mean, they've been doing it since we were little, but we just didn't catch it. We ain't had a discernment. We lacked spiritual discernment at the time, but now, even more so now, they got to come out and confess every damn thing. It don't matter.
Yeah.
So their time is up. So they got to tell everything gonna be revealed. And we're here in the next 5 to 10 years. Everything's be revealed. Everything. They starting with like they lower level puppets. Like we don't give a fuck about they world puppets. I don't give a damn about what they doing, but we want to know. They need to open them Vaticans up, open up them votes in that Vatican, release that information.
What you think is back there? Some demons.
Inside of the under the like in the basement of the Vatican, all them secrets. It's just, I mean, we kind of already got a basic. We already got like basic principalities on what's going on. We know that we in a 3D reality. We know the God of this world is evil. We know the moon's artificial construct. We know we've been invaded. We know these basic things, but it's more esoteric and metaphysical meanings that they have locked away from us that we need answers to. That's what I'm saying. But everything gonna be revealed because in the age of Aquarian, all truths, no lies can live in the age of Aquarian. They have no choice but to tell the truth. Even if they're a demon, they have no choice but to tell the truth.
What if what if what if what if we just say like we Blade, like movie Blade, when he had to go down in them deep levels and stuff to get to the head creature, to the head vampire in charge.
They flash a light on the motherfucker started melting.
Yeah, not the fat one, but it was like it was really skinny one he had to really kill. But I might be splicing movies. I might be splicing what's that movie called? The vamp no Underworld. It was Underworld. Anyway, what if they open the vault? What if we open the vault and it's in there Jesus? Jesus is in there chilling. And Jesus was in there preserved the whole time.
It motherfucker might be, man.
He like buried so deep that Jesus preserved. And
Right.
they keeping him preserved down there. I don't know. And they like, see,
Man.
we told you Jesus was real. That might be the Antichrist. Speaking of the Antichrist, Beyonce just came out with that new album, right? That cowboy shit.
Yeah, I seen that on Instagram. I seen that shit. I was like, man, this shit here, man.
So I'm like, she's sitting on these horses, right? And so then I was looking up something else. I was looking up some Greek gods, which they're demons. I started looking at the different colors horses she were on, and they're the same color of the four horsemen, biblical colors.
Right, yeah, that's true. The Antichrist gonna
The
be ushering in.
Antichrist comes before the Antichrist comes is the four horsemen, and Beyonce has been coming out with these albums, different different albums, just different like things that she's been launching that have her sitting on a horse.
Right, that's because
So
they gotta personify. They gotta show their own demise. This is the end of their run. They time is up. So when they talk about the horsemen and the Antichrist, it's their demise, it's their doom. I mean, it could be ours too because you have like Antichrist is going to rule for a short period of time. But after that, this is the fall of their system. This is the fall of King Gu, the fall of they 6,000 years.
King Goo, ain't that wasn't there a goo something in the Power Rangers? Goo.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a goo in the
King Gu.
Power Rangers.
We've been under King Gu. Look, we've been under the spell of King Gu, under the veil of King Gu for 6,000 plus.
Oh no, Ivan Ooze. That's what I meant.
It's
That
a regular.
green. No, he wasn't green. He was purple. No, he's like purple, like a purple creature. Ivan Ooze. Hell no.
Man.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, man. But I did see Beyonce, what Caps called the motherfucker. I did see that on Instagram. Like I was like, man, because they want us to they have to get us. This is why they show us in movies and television shows, because they want to try to get us to manifest this bullshit. That's why I don't get a shit no energy. But all this is written in the stars. Everything that's happening, that's going to happen in the next 10, 20 years, it's all written in the stars. It's destined to happen. Because we're at the end of a cycle. Everything has a cycle, right? Everything has especially a corporation. When you go into the fridge, your milk has an expiration date on it, right? Bread molds and spoils over time, right?
Well, we living on a stage, right? And every
Right.
stage needs maintenance. Every stage needs maintenance. So that's why they brought in the COVID crap. Oh, oops, sorry. They brought that in to keep us in so that they can, redesign the stage.
Facts. That was one of the key factors they was doing. They want, yeah, because the world was still like you said, yeah, they was designing everything. But then again, it was more of a spiritual thing happening too, because corona means corona corona energy from the sun. Then your crown chakra is your corona. It's called your crown chakra is your corona chakra. It's the top chakra. So that what happened? They kept everybody in the house, right?
Yeah, to set up the apocalypse, right? Because I don't know if you've seen that new movie with Mahershala Ali and Julia Roberts. Such a weird combination. I think it's like End of the World. I think that was the name of the movie. There's a scene where all of these Teslas, because everything like the grids messed up and allegedly and stuff, so all the electrical post stuff is just off. So there's a scene where they jump in their Tesla and they think they going somewhere. Okay, so they on a highway and there ain't nobody around, and that doesn't seem weird. And next thing they know, they're in a pileup of Teslas that are undriven, colliding into each other.
Don't leave the world behind. The reason why,
Yeah,
and the reason why is because, like I said, we're at the end of a cycle. It's the end. It's the end of their corporation. Everything has an expiration date to it. And you were
right.
saying
Everything has to start breaking down. That's why they blowing up these bridges and
right, because it's the end of it's the end of their matrix. We're at the end of we had a 26,000 year sun cycle, and then we're at the end of a 6,000 year iron, like Pisces energy. We've been on a Pisces energy the past 6,000 years. That's materialism, that's classism, that's monotheism, that's Catholicism. Everything revolves under this Piscean energy. We're moving into the age of enlightenment, the age of Aquarian, where we live in truth. This is why you start seeing. That's why you seeing channels like mine pop up. This is why you seeing people become entrepreneurs. You starting to see people becoming more in tune with their spiritual side, because we're at the end of a corporation. This corporation is a draconian rand overlay. These are draconian laws. This is a draconian overlay. So it's collapsing. They can no longer hold on to this system anymore, because the vibratory rate's picking up, the frequencies are starting to pick up. We've been vibrating so low for so long. You gotta think religion was one of the main things that they used under the age of sleep. The age of sleep, when I told you the age of sleep is King Goo. He said CME energy. Yeah, CME energy is corona mass ejections. That's energy from the cosmos. And EMP is electromagnetic energy. Electromagnetic pulse. That's going to be facilitated by them. They're going to be the ones to shut the grid off to bring in Hegelian dialect principles. That's art out of chaos. So if they shut the grid down, shut off all the power. That's what they were showing us in that movie Leave the World Behind, when those Teslas were crashing on that bridge. That's them facilitating the EMP to usher in the Antichrist. They're ushering in some type of form of a new system. But that system ain't gonna last either. Kind of like a last ditch effort. See what I'm saying?
yeah, same thing they doing with this immigration stuff, right? So they're literally they're literally bringing in gangs into our cities. Um, they are bringing in like Latin kings into the area, and with the Latin kings, they bring in their women too. You know, and it's just interesting the type of climate they're set up because the violence has increased.
Right.
Um, and the violence has increased, and also just people breaking into people's like houses
Hey,
and
those
businesses.
migrants. I was going to do a video. I'm only cut you off, truth. I was going to do a video breaking that down. Those migrants, those are UN troops. Those are troops from the United Nations. Because I seen Chinese troops, Chinese people coming across the border. Those are all special op troops waiting on a
Question.
call. Hmm?
Question. So they all incognito. I was gonna say Negro incognito.
Yeah, those are all troops.
But
Because I
that makes
seen all
sense
those.
though. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because they're at the gym with me working out, so they stay in shape.
Hmm.
They all, a lot of them have bikes. Like when I say bikes, usually when you see people around bikes, especially like in the city and everything, and they just like regular working people. They have like an old bike, like you just like a regular working person. They got like an old bike. They're not gonna have no top of the line $1,000. These people got nice ass bikes, and they have when I see them on the train, they be wearing like they clean as fuck. They not like the regular ones that they brought over before, and then a lot of them they're young.
They
They're
showed us.
young.
Right. They showed us that in that movie Red Dime, because I said that on my last live. The CIA
Mm-hmm.
is in conjunction with Hollywood. Hollywood's in conjunction with the CIA. So they able to foretell and prophesize what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a Red Dime event. These are all United Nation troops. They being used as sleeper cells. I was gonna say something else too, but it slipped my mind that quick, that goddamn. But yeah,
That
they
makes sense. That makes sense now because I'm just like, why the fuck would they give these niggas bikes? Like,
that if you watch the movie Troy, remember that movie Troy where they
right,
brought that. And that goes back to Beyonce riding on the pale horse, that Trojan horse.
right,
Remember in that movie Troy? They brought that big old horse into the Roman into that kingdom. They infiltrated from within.
right.
That's what's happening now. That personifies the Trojan horse. America, this country, the corporation is going to collapse from within. So they showing you that's what that ties in. Those pale horse, those horses, the apocalyptic horses ties into the collapse of this corporation because it's going to fall from within. And they showing you how it's being facilitated. They bring in foreign troops in. They're going to be using sleeper cells. The shadow government is going to be a part of the collapse of the system too, because that's part of the Trojan horse theory. That's why in the movie Troy they showed us that.
You know what? Esoteric knowledge. They have them in hotels, motels, all around my neighborhood, living in them. They got them people living, and these is young people. These is children,
Right?
babies.
Look, I,
They ain't bringing no elderly people here. The
I
oldest
wish I
people
could
I
put
see they bringing is maybe 45, and
right,
that's a few of them. But the people that they are bringing here are gang related, and anything gang related is directly connected to the Masonic order because
right,
that's what they're getting their orders from.
and they all been military trained. I wish I can play this video for you real quick. They've been trained from adolescence, from the youth. It's not a coincidence that they all physically fit. They are like you said. I watched a news clip. I was going to do a video breakdown on it. They all look clean. They look well maintained. They look
Yep.
high. They look clean hygiene wise. I said, how are they migrants coming from all these dirt? And then I seen all them Chinese people being brought in. I said, oh yeah, these are all United Nations troops. They under this a facade of being migrants. No, I said these are all United Nations troops.
That makes sense now. That makes sense because I'm just like, first of all, I'm like, first, I feel like some of them might be real, but a lot of
Yeah,
them aren't. I
a
think
small majority of them.
yeah, I think they doing some because they got them spread all through the city. I think they doing some surveillance and trying to figure out a ways to, especially they got them in a lot of they just got them. When I say they got them all over, from the south side to the north side. They just all over and they just walking around. I'm just like, if these was
All
some,
right, and why you
excuse me,
think
if
the
there was
top?
some niggas, they had. I said these was they're in north side high income areas standing around. They don't tolerate that type of shit.
Right? Why wouldn't this world? Why wouldn't this world?
Nobody calling the police.
Why wouldn't the world shadow government take care of their troops? These are United Nations troops posing as migrants. That's all they are, posing as gang members. Well,
Yep.
that's why in that movie Red Dawn, even the movie from the 80s, they showed Russia invading here. And then in the newer Red Dawn that came out in 2012, they showed North Korea, Asian people invading this country from within. So they that's what I'm saying. They put that truth in plain sight, showing us what's to come.
That made perfect sense now. And brothers, I don't know how many brothers is on here. Don't talk to them immigrant Latinas, okay? Leave them alone. I know they look good, BBL on point, body on point. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. I know, I know they saying, passport bros. At this point, the passport bros ain't even gonna have to leave because they literally on the streets of the United States with no English. BBLs nice, but they
Right, man.
them women.
Right, man. The show, look, the show is over, folks. As we
Hmm.
know it, there's no such thing.
You can't
But
trust them.
this is a good thing. We're gonna reap the benefits in the long term from this. It might be chaos and war and strife for a short period of time, but in the long term, man, it's going to benefit us because this is the collapse of this beast system, this Canaanite beast system that was foreshadowed by the black nobility. The black nobility is the hidden hand. They the ones calling all the shots. They just using the Canaanite beast to do their evil bidding.
So what's the point of all this then? What's the point?
To the point of all this,
Yeah, what's their ultimate goal for everybody to what?
it's because this is all spiritual. I say this is spiritual before physical. This is a spiritual war that's being fought, and then it comes down. It's in tandem with the physical. It's this just been going on for thousands. You can't even put a timestamp on this because it's so much of a on the outreach on the stretch of the mind. Like the average person, the NPC can't fathom this type of wisdom because it's just sometimes it blows my mind because it outreaches, it goes outside the average everyday way of thinking. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand that, but I'm just trying to understand what is the point.
What's the
Like,
point?
yeah, like what's the
Because
ultimate
these are
goal?
unbenevolent, these are unagreeable creatures that are doing this.
So they're just
They're
doing it
trying
because
to
they
hold on to
can.
their matrix, just like if you, that's why I said, if you watch the movie Batman, Batman was trying to save Gotham City, trying to save the Matrix. So any chance these are last ditch efforts of them trying to save their Matrix because this shit is written in the stars. This is cosmic judgment. So this plays into that solar eclipse too. Everything, all this shit you seeing happening is cosmic judgment, man. That's all it is. It's the when you mentioned the apocalypse. Apocalypse doesn't mean the end of life. It means to reveal something that was once hidden. So that's why the veil is thinning out. Apocalypse means to reveal what was once hidden. That's all it is. It's not the end of us because we're gonna be here millions of years from now. It's just the end of them and their system and their corporation.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. I didn't mean like apocalypse by like end of the world because like as we know it, but I meant like end of like they're setting up, like in a movie, they have to like, on a movie set, they have to like, stop the camera, which is,
Right.
us being able to kind of, see things. They got to stop it and then they got to change the setup. I'm just saying they changing the set that
Right.
we're in to
Right.
set up the apocalypse, to set up the antichrist. That's why, they're bringing in, these the four white horsemen through a Beyonce or whoever else because they got,
Right.
Beyonce type celebrities all over the world.
Right. But on average, Joe, what's it called? Esoteric knowledge. Anybody can be the Antichrist. You can be an Antichrist towards yourself. Your mom can be an Antichrist. Your dad can be an Antichrist. Your boss can be an Antichrist because they can stop you from trying to reach your Christ conscious. Anybody that goes against your spiritual awakening can be an Antichrist. Trump was an Antichrist because he was pushing the inoculations. Richard Nixon, every so-called U.S. president of this de facto corporation has been an antichrist. Anybody can be an antichrist. Anybody that's antichrist is meaning you, stopping you from reaching Christ consciousness, stopping you from waking up. So you can be your own worst enemy too. So you can be an antichrist for yourself. So that's right. That's facts. Esoteric knowledge. Do it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Sorry, I'm just chewing. Just trying to get my food in. But yeah, no, it makes sense. Anybody could be the antichrist, even yourself.
You can be antichrist towards yourself because you can stop it's your lower self. Because you have your lower self is the physical mind, your physical mundane self, and your higher self you can consider that God. So your lower self can come in and say, "Hey, no, I don't want you waking up. Stay lusting, stay doing all the wrong things," and that you can be an antichrist toward yourself.
Hmm.
Couldn't
Yeah.
let go of his police uniform. He said he couldn't let go of his police uniform because all he was in the Matrix world. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's him being an antichrist towards himself. He can't let the physical mundane shit go. That's a title.
Yeah. Look, that's why I had to stop talking. Not even stop talking. I just let the relationship kind of fizzle out because, one of the people I know, one of my friends, she's a cop now, and I could see that she was becoming more aggressive. So I had to leave her alone.
Yeah, they become more tyrannical. When you have any type of position of authority here in the Matrix, you're gonna become more authoritarian. Like if you become a doctor, you're gonna lose sight on who you really are because you're gonna be pushing P all damn day. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're a cop, you're gonna see your co-workers, your peers putting the boot on the back of you because you become a pawn for the oppressor, for the
Yep.
system. So you see your peers with the Billy bat on the back of everybody's neck, beating shit out of everybody. So you're gonna be you can't beat them, then join them. So I feel like people that become cops and shit like that, they feel like, damn, I can't beat the system. I might as well just join the shit.
Well, like I was saying, like once they become blue, they blue. That's it. They're like, somebody was saying in the comments of your last live that their friend or something like that, friend's dad, changed from night and day. Literally, and then that's what I was saying. Once you take that oath, it's like whatever that spirit, that demonic spirit, that Greek god that was probably the originator of whatever um that institution, how it was set up, how it was organized, how it was created through these beast people, they become they get the spirit of that. And
Right.
as the years go on, as they become more acclimated and cultured into a cult, right, into the cult that they've decided to attach, like the cult of policia, right? They're in the police cult. They're in a medical cult because you have to have a hive mind identity in order to exist and in order to succeed in that realm. So even if you are a so-called good cop, whatever, good cop, you still have to look the other way when your brothers and sisters in blue is doing dirt. You
Facts.
still have to cover up for them to a certain extent, so that still makes you culpable. You're still in the system, though, even though you still taking a shower around them people. You eating with them. You going through life or death situations, which bond you to them even more than your wife, husband, and even children. These people have more, especially police officers, military people. They have more allegiance and duty to their battle mates than the people in their family before because they took them oaths.
Right. And that's one of the biggest lies and misconceptions. What I said in my last live, they go home and they tell their family members and their kids and their wife that they heroes. No, y'all tyrants. They even
So
with
they are
doctors.
heroes. A hero is That's what I was saying in the comments. A hero is a demigod, which is a demon. They
Right,
are
right, right.
heroes.
Right. But I'm saying like they try to they go home with this false misconception, like, hey, we out here saving we out here saving lives. No, y'all out here, y'all being tyrannical, y'all being deviant, y'all being uh, nefarious on every level. But they try to paint themselves out as being righteous. It's the same cop to be in church with his wife. Same cop to be in church with his wife every Sunday. The same motherfucker out here raping prostitutes.
But that's the same way that
Prostitute serial killer.
yeah, but that's the same way that these celebrities get on the world stage and accept their awards and they got their nice outfits on and they the top tier, but they're doing all these horrific rituals. And even then, they're still in the music and whatever entertainment they're doing, they're still confessing and telling you who they really are anyway. So what's good is bad and what bad is good. Ain't that what that dude that preacher from
Yeah, preacher Polo.
yeah from
Vampire in Brooklyn. Yep.
yeah, bad is good, good is good. Like, that's the world we live in. So they, of course, they gonna go home and say, I'm a hero, because hero has multiple connotations. It has a definition, a connotation, multiple meanings. We speak in a witch language.
Right, right.
That's like, I don't like if you read any of those Shakespearean plays like Othello, it started off with the witches casting a spell, these three witches. That's literally what our what happens before we receive any entertainment, music, books, anything. There's witches,
Right.
warlocks
Well,
that are the producers, that are the directors, that are the writers. They're casting spells into this entertainment. They're casting spells into the clothes we wear, into the, you know what I'm saying? And all of this is dark magic. It is an energy transference. So
back then,
whether you
you know,
see it or not,
from the
yeah.
rooter to the tutor, from the cradle to the grave, they got us even with it and trapped inside of this word spell, word magic. That's why they so keen on making us learn English. It's English verbiage, it's diction, because it's cursed. But look, Trooper, if you're free tomorrow, we can do a panel tomorrow because I gotta go pick my daughter up.
Oh, no worries.
I'm supposed to be in left 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So around like I'm trying to think. I think we're on the same time. What time is it there? What time is it at your time? 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
No, it's 3:51. Tomorrow I might be with my family. It's my mom's birthday. Whoop whoop.
Well, happy birthday to her. Well, look, whenever you're free, just shoot me an email. And we can do a live panel again. If not tomorrow, what's today? What's today? Wednesday, Tuesday.
Yeah, even if you do a panel with somebody, I like pop on and listen and everything, because I don't want to monopolize everything. I want to hear
Right, right. Well,
other voices.
whoever want to do a live panel with me anytime, just get in my comments. You can email me. We can set something up. But it was good having you on. Shout out to Trooper.
Whoop
Everybody,
whoop.
shout out to Trooper for always being a special guest coming on. I love hearing your wisdom and your oversight on everything, man. Respect.
All right, same to you. Have a great day.
Now you too.